Joined by senior coach Zane Littlejohn. Back-to-back nail-biters for us to start the 2025 season. Firstly, a nice broad one. What were your key takeaways from today's win?
When we show the toughness that we need around the footy in the contest, we're able to play a pretty good brand of footy. I think ultimately North, for much more, larger parts of the game, were tougher than us today. But when it counted, and I guess when it really, really required us, before the game got too far away, we were able to stand up in those crucial moments, which was really pleasing.
North really made it hard for us all day, to their credit. You paid credit to their toughness, but there were a couple of key turning points for us, weren't there? And probably midway through the second quarter and then very late in the third quarter, where we were just able to stay in touch. What did we do well during those periods?
Yeah, well, we were tougher. Ultimately, that's where sort of the game was. Our tackle rate lifted, our contest rate lifted, and from the back of that, we had the ball in our hands, so that we were able to be a bit more damaging going forward. So that was the pleasing thing. But we need to be able to do that for longer periods of the game. I think the other pleasing thing for me was North got a lot of momentum in that third quarter, especially early in the front half of the quarter. And to our boys' credit, the way they found a way just to get the arm wrestle back in our favour, kicked the last couple of the third, which gave us a bit of momentum going into the last, and ultimately we kicked 5 in the last quarter, which is really pleasing. We reviewed the Carlton game the week before, how we handled the last quarter. So to see how we responded this week, as a coach, that makes you really proud.
Must have been pleasing in the front half once we really did get rolling to get such good value out of the three big boys. Scafey's got 3, Reaver and Maxi Ramsden have ended up with 2 apiece. How important was it that their scoreboard impact was so sort of vital?
Yeah, super. And that's probably what early in the game, and that's credit to North, their pressure was elite. And we probably just played around with the footy a bit too much, and we didn't give those tall forwards the opportunities that they probably deserved and were providing. So once we addressed that a little bit more and we pushed Noodle forward, he was able to take a couple of really strong marks and kick a couple of goals for us, which sort of changed the boys' thinking around how we needed to move the ball, which was really pleasing. And they get the reward today. Sometimes it'll be your smalls, but ultimately to have all our 3 big boys hit the scoreboard was really pleasing.
Just changing tack just a tiny bit, I've just thought of this question. Ethan Stanley and Kaida Claes both kicked 2 goals. Just out of my own curiosity, have you noticed a bit of a bromance between those two? Is that something you've noticed?
I haven't noticed that, no, not at all. And
I'll keep an eye on this.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
It's a bit of an odd couple. I'm a big fan of it. And just wrapping up today's game, I suppose, huge to start 2-0. How important is that to ultimately have 2 games that in the end might have gone the other way, to be 2-0, heading now into a bye? How important is that for us?
Huge. Early wins at this time of year, when the weather's nice for you, to bank those wins early are really, really important. But today was a different win. I was really proud of how we responded. We were behind. Last week we were obviously in front and held on, but we were behind today. I think we got to 5 goals at one point. For our guys just to find a way, keep tinkering. I thought our coach's box was really proactive with some of the decisions we needed to make to get the game to look a bit more the way we wanted it to look was really pleasing. So we talk about everyone being on the same page, and I thought, although there was periods of the game when we weren't, but I thought for a majority when it needed to be, it was really proud effort today. And
then lastly, forecasting forward, a bit of a strange couple of weeks coming up for us. We've got a bye next week, then there's a competition bye the week after. So technically no football for us now for sort of 3 weeks.
Yeah.
What does this period look like for us?
Yeah, so we've actually, that 2 weeks off is obviously a bit of a monopoly type thing, and not something we're quite used to, but we've teed up to do some training, some match sim stuff with Essendon in our second week. We'll give the boys the week to recover this week, and then look to obviously prep ready for Essendon the following week, which is just an informal practice sort of training session. And then obviously we lead in Geelong Easter Sunday. So it's a little bit different, not something that we're not used to, but nothing's normal. We've dealt with many different changes in the world for a while now, so we're quite used to that. But I'm sure our boys are really refreshed and ready to put a great effort when we're back out in the field.
Outstanding. Congrats on the win today. We'll do it all again in a couple of weeks' time.
We will. Thanks, mate.